Yesterday, we told you about Randy Hagstrom, a man who has since started the effort since last Friday, seems to have gotten a full-size cabin stuck on the melting ice of the Paint River amid our midwinter warm-up. And yesterday, Crystal Falls passed an emergency ordinance aiming to threaten fines of hundreds of dollars a day or city removal of the structure if it's still there by 8 a.m. today. As of last night, we're told the cabin is still stuck on the ice. My UP Skylar Perkins has the story.
I went around a corner face to face with a cop and I seen a big house in the middle of the road. I'm just like, whoa. Then I found out Randy was gonna drag a house up the river. It's bizarre. Doesn't freeze up here very good. But here we are.
In Crystal Falls over the weekend, people driving by a boat launch north of town started noticing something a little out of place. It was a cabin not in the woods, but on the ice of a river near a hydro dam in the middle of the winter equivalent of a heat wave. At first, it may have just seemed a little strange, but after a couple days of it still being there and the commotion of trucks and an excavator, the site started to draw a crowd. And the guy behind it? Well, that'd be Randy Hagstrom, a local man who knows a thing or two about lifting houses and just so happened to also know someone looking to get a cabin off their land. They said it was free if he could move it, and to that, Randy thought, hey, this is a great deal. And so he did what he knows how and got the cabin off its foundation and moving, and then...
Call up record service. I got the owner up and I says, I have a house stuck in the middle of a road. And the owner's, he says, you have a what stuck where?
And after a handful of setbacks, by the time he got the cabin to the boat launch on Rock Crusher Road, Randy had had his fill of trouble on land. Being close to home as the crow flies, Randy thought it would be best to move the cabin across the ice of the Paint River. The travel by road had had its difficulties, and being so close, he hoped he could slide the building across the ice into home plate.
I'm a pretty good MacGyver. I mean, this isn't even really that big of a job for me.
But as we all know, things don't always turn out the way you planned.
This has been an adventure, believe me.
Now, Randy is set on getting the cabin across one way or another, but it wasn't until we learned where it was going and what he planned to do with it that we understood why he was so determined. See, Randy lives year-round about a couple hundred yards from two lakes and a cliff, and that's all that remains of a historic Upper Peninsula mine and a legacy Randy is trying to keep alive.
I own the Bristol Iron Mine, and about 50 men got killed working there, and they turned it into a junkyard, so I'm going to put this like in memory of the men that got killed there. You know, it's just part of history that was I don't want it to be forgotten.
And for Randy, the tragedies are close to home in more ways than one.
My great-grandfather got killed there the day after his 50th birthday, and my grandfather's brother got killed there when he was 21, among about 50 other people that died there.
It's the effort to honor them, 2 unknown miners, and dozens of others who died there on shift. It's a dignity, he says, most were deprived of.
I looked for his obituary. There was a little gossip column like on the inside of the last page where all these paragraphs of just trivial stuff, and 3/4 of the way through, Arthur Hagstrom, a fine young man, got killed working at the mine. That was it. Today, if someone got killed in the mine, it'd be breaking news. Back in them days, they just stuffed it underneath the ground.
And while Randy wants to use the cabin to help house their memory, Randy hopes to also make it a place where new memories can be made.
I just want this place to be, there was so much hell and death and everything here that remember the miners, but still good memories for like kids and stuff. I was lucky enough to have a grandpa. He had a lake, and I had all the fun. I had like the best summers ever, and I just love to see kids that don't have that chance to have what I had, to have come here and have that chance.
As of now, Randy is still a long way from realizing his vision, but he says he's taking it step by step.
That's the end of chapter 1. We're just beginning, okay?
In Crystal Falls, I'm Skylar Perkins from my UP News.